After quitting smoking weed or quitting any drug for that matter, it could be alcohol, nicotine, pills, there's often feelings of guilt and regret that come up throughout that sobriety and recovery process. And in today's brief video, I want to discuss how to manage emotions of guilt and regret in order to prevent future relapse. If you're new to the channel, my name's Dr. Frank. I'm the founder of AddictionMindset recovery coaching programs, which helps people quit substances that I once struggled with: nicotine, THC, energy drinks, and adult media content. To learn more about our paid and free program resources, be sure to check out the pinned comment or the video description, including the recent launch of our Addiction Mindset monthly group coaching programs hosted on school.com. If you're struggling with guilt and regret after quitting smoking weed, there's two primary things that I want you to keep in mind. If it's guilt that you're struggling with, recognize that this emotion is actually a sign of progress and should not be something that you're beating yourself up over. If you're feeling guilty about actions that you had taken in the past, that means that you in some way, shape, or form have made a certain degree of progress in your life thus far. For example, I should feel somewhat perhaps guilty or regretful over the actions that I took when I was, let's say, in my teens or when I was 20 years old. Because as I've advanced throughout my life, as I've become a little bit wiser, as I've become a little bit smarter, as I've started to make progress, I can easily look back on certain things and say, hey, that was kind of a dumb decision. That was kind of a waste of time. Maybe that wasn't exactly the smartest move. And for me, there's no need to feel guilty about those things, because the fact that I'm acknowledging that those are things that I shouldn't have done means that I have advanced in some way, shape, or form, whether that's physically, mentally, psychologically, spiritually, whatever it may be. So the very fact that you feel guilty about previous actions is a clear signal that you are experiencing growth. It's a clear signal that you are making progress in whatever element of life it is that you now feel guilty about. In this case, we're talking about substance use as compared to sobriety and addiction recovery. So don't let guilt tie you down. And guilt is one of those emotions that addicted voice is going to try and take advantage of, get you tied up in this cycle of feeling pity, feeling bad, feeling hopeless, in order to try and manipulate you back into an episode of relapse or a lapse. Don't fall for it. Guilt is a signal of growth. It's a signal of progress, because just not that long ago, you weren't thinking twice about drinking weed every day, drinking alcohol every night, watching adult media content stoned. You're now thinking about it. You're now regretting those actions, and that's growth. Dealing with emotions of regret, I think, is twofold. Regret can be used as a tool going forward. If you regret something, that's your body's and your mind's way of telling you not to do that something again. Regret can be viewed as like bumper lanes on a bowling alley or a ditch on each side of the road. You know it's there, you know what the action is, and as long as you stay within those lanes, as long as you avoid doing things that you continually regret, you're going to find yourself on a very good path. Regret is an excellent guideline for things that have caused you harm in the past or things that have hurt you. Therefore, regret is a really good thing. If I went through life never regretting anything I had ever done, chances are I would be making continual mistakes day in and day out, and that I would lack a complete awareness of the mistakes that I'm making. So for that reason, regret can actually be a very good thing. Now, much like guilt, along with regret, you don't want to spend too much time looking to your past at all of the various things that you regret or all of the things that you feel guilty about. When you're busy looking to the past, you're going to miss the opportunities that lie ahead of you, the opportunities right in front of you, the opportunities that this guilt and this regret have guided you to take advantage of going forward throughout your addiction and recovery process. Don't view guilt as a bad thing. View it as a signal of growth and progress. Don't spend all your time looking back on all the things that you regret, because you're not going to change the past. You can't get that time back, but rather start to focus on the things that you can change going forward. And then most importantly, when it comes to regret, use it as a guideline to avoid future mistakes or instances that may or may not cause you harm. I hope this video helps you out. Until next time, either follow me into the pinned comment or the video description to learn a little bit more about our monthly subscription paid Addiction Mindset School community, or you can learn about our supplements or our free PDFs or our one-on-one coaching, whatever floats your boat. Until then.